Hey guys, my name is Brandon and welcome to the first video in my DevLog series. If you've come across my channel, then chances are you're interested enough in game development to have seen some of my favorite devlog channels. Thin Matrix developing Equilinox was one of my favorites. He's going to be working on a new project soon. Danny is still working on Off the Sticks as of the time of this recording. Blackthorn Prod, who was mainly a Unity tutorial channel, but now he's got a devlog series on his game The Dreadful Whispers. Links to their channels will be in the description below. I found these guys to be inspiring and really fun to watch, and my point is I'm watching these guys passionately work on their games. You watch these videos and they just seem to get so much done so fast, and my experience in game development has not been like that. I'm not a complete beginner, but I am not a programmer, or I'm not an artist or a composer or a modeler or an animator. My career is in finance, but I've wanted to make a great video game since I was a kid. So this series will be a little different than other devlog series you may have seen. I will make a lot of mistakes. I will cry, and you will probably laugh because the internet is mean. This marks the start of my journey to make, hopefully, a fun game that people will want to play someday. I wanted to start this YouTube channel as to keep myself accountable, but also I thought it would be kind of fun to be able to look back and look on my progress that I've made. But enough of this intro crap. I'm bored as I'm talking about this, so let's get into it. Let's make a mess in Unity. And before I begin, I know I'll be asked when I plan on releasing this game, and if my calculations are correct, at my current rate of progress, this game will be released to Steam in the year 70,065. What you're looking at right now is an old game I was working on, and it's junk. It was supposed to be small, but it's one of those things where it just kept growing and it had no direction. I was just tossing stuff in there. But initially, it was almost Pac-Man-like in its design. You run around, you're lighting up these beacons with your light that you can see on the character. Your light can also damage and kill enemies. When you light up these beacons, bad guys will chase you until the light on your beacon goes out, and when it does, the bad guys run away like the sissies they are and hide in another beacon, and they add to that beacon's spawn count. So if you don't kill these guys early, you're going to be in trouble later. Then the idea expanded. I wanted procedural levels where after you lit up all the beacons, a spellbook would appear somewhere randomly in the level. If you got this spellbook, you would learn a new magic attack that you could use. The trick was you can't use your default light beam to attack once all the beacons have been lit. So either you take a risk and go for the spellbook while all these guys are chasing you, or you make a mad dash for the exit instead and get to safety. Then the idea started growing. You can see this weird flamethrower robot here. I've got a chaser and a lazy straggler. I had a starting point for a radio menu here, where you would choose your spells. I also added these hungry hand dudes in there one night. And, you know, if I had been buried alive and managed to get my one arm free like these guys, I would also be angrily swiping at strangers as they passed by just to freak them out. So I know where these guys are coming from. Then I wanted bosses and bigger levels and etc., and it just kept going. The point is, I don't do small. This goes against every single video game developer's advice out there, and that advice is start small and make small games and actually finish them. Well, me being the foolish rascal that I am giving all of them the finger and making a big game. So very, very high level for my new game idea, and I don't have a name yet, but in this game, your daughter gets killed while pleading with the gods to bring back her mother, who also died. She's the only thing you had in the world, and you decide you're going to challenge the gods and bring your daughter back to life at any cost. You'll be going on a hopefully a longish adventure. You'll be fighting monsters, deities, and gods. I'm hoping to have some light puzzle or platforming elements in there. But yeah, you're essentially going to overthrow all the gods to get your daughter back. You'll collect magic spells and get stronger as you go. So there's some background for you on this devlog series you're going to be watching. So let's get started. Step 1 is to give the game a fancy, eye-catching title. So we'll get a project going here. Untitled Spell Game. That has a good ring to it. I don't even think I need to change that, to be honest. Step 2, rip crap right out from my old game to use in the new game. So let's get the main character in there, and oh my god, he's a giant. he's a monster freak with really bad topology. I forgot to scale him down in Blender. You know, this is going to be a top-down game. I'm not really sure how good an idea it was to give him such a huge hat. The character is just going to look like a walking sombrero. So just getting his animation blend tree all set up, and holy crap, that's a lot of errors. But I got that all fixed up. It was just a bad reference to my camera. I'd forgotten to add a tag on my camera, but that should take care of it. And also we have movement now. So the next step is to get a wand into this dude's hand, and there we go. Because I'm stupid and modeled the wand separately, I had to do some tinkering to make sure it got in there right. But it's working now. So I did some tinkering with the camera to get more of that top-down view, and I'll likely tweak it more in the future when I have some art in here. It's kind of hard to tell what view I'll need when it's just this sprawling waste of flat gray and no other game objects in there, but I think this is good for now. And now I'm discovering that the walking animation isn't playing quite right. And in editing this video, I can see my mistake right here, but it took me a while to catch it. There was just one parameter I forgot to change, but that's all fixed up now. Also, I threw a simple script in there to make the camera follow the player. You can't really tell because the ground has no texture, but the fact that the player isn't walking out of the game means that it's working. So, now, I'm working on getting a health bar onto my character. Now, Unity actually has a really great UI system that I hate. It's probably one of those things where there's just one aspect of it that I'm not getting or something, but I hate working on UI. So I'm trying and failing, and yep, that's my health bar so far. And here's another one. So essentially, I'm trying to use a scroll bar as a health bar and just tweak the scroll bar fill amount with code based on the health value. And obviously replace the scroll bar image with my own, but it just isn't working. So I've decided to just manipulate the fill of an image and...
Daddy,
Yeah?
you get me a bear print?
Okay, so I got my daughter a bear print, and I've got an attached health bar now. He can't take damage yet, but he's got a health bar. Next step is to actually make sure that the player can take damage. Okay, so I've added a simple script that damages the player by 20 when I hit the space bar. He has 100 health, so we should see the health bar go down by a fifth, and he's dead. Dead in one hit. That's not right. So I've printed messages to the console, and he is only being damaged by 20, so it's a problem with the health bar, not the health code. Oh, I have to cast it as a float. Oh my god, I'm just learning so much. Also, I had to divide the current health by 100 because the image fill is a percent. Math. So I've got the health bar matching up, but a new problem cropped up that I hadn't realized initially. I have a message that's supposed to print to the console when my character is dead, but it's only showing up once my health is in the negative. But I got that all fixed up now. I feel like a genius, and also stupid for doing it wrong in the first place. Next up, getting the... Oh, no. More UI. I hate working on UI, but I have to get my spell selection menu in here, and I do have a base to work off of from my old game. And to give you some background on this thing, this spell menu that I made sucks. It's not modular at all. It's hard to change and add things, and I just don't like it. And I'll probably end up having to look at it again in the future to improve it. But for now, what I did have in my old project, it did work. I liked the way it worked. Not behind the scenes, but I liked the way it looked. So I'm just copying what I had before in there for this new project, because why reinvent the wheel? Sorry. That was an intentionally bad pun. So all the legwork is done. Let's see if it works. Oh, no, okay, so my professional eye has caught an issue. You might have missed it. You know what? Let's see it again. So you see it, right? You see it? It's not supposed to look like that. The menus are all different sizes. And the blue menu, which is the defense spell selection, it's only it's only a third working. Only one of the buttons is working the way it should. Anyways, I got that all fixed up now, and I'm realizing that there is a lot of gray on my screen. My game creation journey is overcast, and that's kind of depressing. So let's get some life in here, and also a tree, because I love you guys. So, yeah, I think we're ready to ship to Steam, people. You guys will pay for this, right? People will pay for this. I'll call it a walking around the tree simulator. Oh my god, the tree disappears when the camera gets too close. You know what? It's not even my tree. I got it off the Unity Asset Store for free. It's purely for decorative purposes, so I'm not even going to worry about it. It is bugging me, though. So, okay. I've been putting off the spell system I need to work on. Look at this thing. It's a nightmare. I'm sure a real programmer could code this out while on the can and have time to spare, but it's kind of intimidating for me, I'm not gonna lie. But I think it's time to get cracking on this thing. No more procrastinating. But first, dust particles. Wait, hold on. It's not finished yet. There you go. Oh yeah. Look at that AAA quality crap right there, man. This game's really coming along. Except I seem to have these two bugs here. You know what? I need a break. I need to walk away. I'll fix it tomorrow. Take care, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.